Hi friends, welcome to Diksha Classroom. Myself Anees Poovathi. I am the founder of Diksha Classroom along with my friend Hiba Ashraf. I am a JRF holder in psychology and a net holder in comparative study of religion and public administration. In this video, I am going to discuss some aspect related to my preparation strategy. Some of our friends have asked me regarding the way I prepared or the strategies I adopted. So in this video, I will be discussing those. In Diksha Classroom YouTube channel, there is a particular playlist for toppers talks in which we are expected to or we are planning to release different interviews of successful candidates, especially JRF holders. As of now, first interview of Commerce JRF holder Faris Mohammed is already uploaded, and this is a second video of JRF holder in psychology. Then we will be uploading interviews of students from different subjects in the coming days. Okay, so in this video, I am going to discuss regarding preparation strategy of myself for the paper 1. Paper 1 preparation strategy will be discussed, and my strategy regarding psychology will be discussed in a separate video after this. And also I will be discussing different aspects related to my preparation in basically three stages. Firstly, I will be discussing some general aspect regarding examination preparation, whatever the examination is. And the second aspect is what I feel special regarding my preparation from my perspective. Okay, from my perspective, what are some unique factors of my preparation. And thirdly, I will be discussing how I prepared for individual topics, the teaching aptitude, research aptitude, extra, and we'll be discussing one by one. So firstly, let me tell you something regarding competitive examination preparation, some general aspect regarding any examination preparation. Remember, all the things that I'm going to discuss in this particular video is of my opinion. They are my strategies, the strategies that I have adopted. Okay, so I will be telling those. All of them may not be suitable for you. You have to modify it as per your suitability or as per your convenience. So I'm just remember, all the points are what I have adopted, or all the points are the points which help me to crack JRF in psychology. Okay, so firstly, let me tell you something regarding any examination preparation. In any examination preparation, it's very important that you work hard. So in any exam or in any subject, you should be one among the most prepared one. For example, coming to my subject, when I am using statistics, I will be mostly using statistics or the facts from the psychology which I am aware of. The last time, almost around 57 students got JRF in psychology. So if you are preparing for psychology, you have to make sure that you are one among the most prepared student, one among the most 57 prepared students in psychology. It varies from subject to subject. In commerce, last time there are more than 600 JRF, I think. In history, there are more than 300. In Hindi, also more than 300. In many of the subjects like education, economics, I think there are more than 200. And it varies from subject to subject. I hope you would be having an idea regarding the number of JRF holders and net holders from your respective subject. So if you're coming to psychology, you should be one among the most prepared 57 students among the whole the country. Remember with whom you are fighting. You have to compete, or you have to compete the exam with your friends, your juniors, your seniors, many of your teachers, and the same way from throughout the country, throughout India. So you should be one among the most prepared. There is a common code that one of the most important problem with regards to this present generation or our generation is that we always expect a different result after giving the same effort. For example, you will be knowing somebody or some among us, they would have given the last NET exam. They wouldn't have prepared seriously. So their preparation starts when the application notification is out and they have given the application. During that time, they will prepare a bit. Once our ticket is out, they will enter to the serious stage, and in the last 1 or 2 weeks or in the last 10 days, they will be very, very serious and they will expect the result, but they will not or will not qualify. And the same cycle repeats in the next time also, next net also. but we think that this is the second time I am giving. Okay, so hopefully definitely I have the experience. But if you didn't have given a different effort, you are not going to get a different result. There are many students, many students I even know who qualified JRF in the first attempt itself. Okay, I qualified NET in my first attempt and JRF in my second attempt. Okay, so make sure you are doing a great job. You are doing a lot of work. You are doing as you are the one among the best throughout the country. It's necessary. It's very important for your preparation. Okay, so and I'm not speaking much about hard work, willpower, determination, extra, because usually I don't use that words. I will tell you what I have done. Okay, I am going to tell you what I have done because I think that many of those words remain ambiguous and exact meaning we don't know. For example, if I say you should have a strong willpower, you should have a strong determination, it seems to be of less clarity for me. Okay, so that's the reason why I usually don't tell to my friends or my students, so you should have a strong willpower and strong determination, because we don't know what it is all about. Maybe after qualifying the exam, some of my friends told me, I have a willpower, you have the determination. So what is determination? I don't know. So in this video, I'm going to tell you what I have done clearly and explicitly. Okay, nothing more than. I'm not going to tell you such terms like psychological or emotional terms like willpower or determination. So let me tell you how I have worked myself. So during the preparation, I have such an idea that I have to prepare as one among the best in psychology, one among the best 50 students prepare in psychology. And I tried to read, or I tried to prepare in almost all the possible time, and I compared my preparation with those or my friends around me. The comparison is made just to make sure that I am the most prepared one, nothing else. Okay, that's the reason for the comparison I made here. And after that, what I have done is that I tried to read the books, or I tried to read the different concept previous questions in my own way. Okay, I try to read all of them in my own way. I try to have my own plan and strategy. Regarding those plan and strategy, I will be discussing in the next step. Okay, I will be discussing in the next step. Remember, you have to work as per the syllabus or as per the examination pattern. Okay, it's necessary. You have to work, and it's not compulsory that you should be the most knowledgeable one in your subject. Even though I hold a JRF in psychology, I'm sure that I'm not much knowledgeable in psychology. There are many of my friends who are more knowledgeable than me. Most of my psychology students have a better knowledge than me. Okay, and I also don't have a psychology graduation background. I only have a post-graduation background. Okay, so what I have done is that, or what is important is that you should strategize your preparation with regards to the syllabus, with regards to the topic. Okay, you should be channelized, or you should make sure that you cover all the important topics. Okay, all the important topics. And there are many other topics, there are many other areas of your interest that comes out of our syllabus. No need of studying those for this particular exam, because in preparation, in any competitive examination preparation, it's very important that you cover whole syllabus. And the problem I think most of my friends I feel, or most of the friends I know face, is that there are some favorite subject for them, and there are some subjects for them which they feel they don't know, or they are not interested in studying, or in which they feel get bored. And they are very strong in their favorite subject. They are very strong in their favorite subject, but they are not strong in many of other subject. And definitely any person can't be strong in all subjects, but for an exam you have to study those subjects also. It doesn't matter whether you like the subject or not. It doesn't matter whether you like it or not. For example, it doesn't matter whether you like data interpretation or not. Okay, most of you may be feeling data interpretation as a little bored. Okay, it's a very tough, but it doesn't matter whether you feel it as tough, or whether you feel it as bored, or you can't study it. What matters is data interpretation gives you 5 questions which fetches you 10 marks, which is about 3.33%. Maybe if you have prepared well last time, you may have missed the net or JRF for a percentage less than that 3.33. So that's the fact. For any competitive examination, there will be many topics which you like and there will be many topics which you don't like. But when it comes to an examination preparation, make sure you prepare all topics. And the best way, try to like all the topics, at least for the sake of the exam. Once you qualify JRF and you are doing your research, definitely you can select your favorite topic, your favorite area. You can neglect or you can forget all other topics. It doesn't matter. But during the preparation stage, okay, during the preparation stage, it's very important you cover all the topics, irrespective whether you are proficient in that or whether you are interested in not or whether it makes you bored. Yeah. So, and try to love those topics. Try to find happiness in those topics, because during the preparation stage, you want to study. As I already told, you want to study as you are one among the top 50 students. If it's psychology, one among the top 600 students. If it is commerce, it varies from subject to subject. And if you want to study in all possible time, okay, if you want to study in all possible time, I will not be talking about how much hours you have to study. It varies from student to student and it varies based on your background, your strength, your existing knowledge, etc. Instead, try to study in all possible time. Okay, everywhere you can. Okay, and the issue is that you may have to study for 2 or 3 or 4 hours. And many of you will be saying that, or I have heard many of my friends even saying that you can't study for 3 hours continuously, or you can study for 4 hours continuously or 5 hours continuously. But I think it's not true. Studying for more than 1 hour or 2 hour feels a bit difficult for you if you are studying something you are not interested in. Okay, sometimes if you're interested, if you like, if you love, if you find happiness in preparing, definitely you can study for 4 or 5 or 6 hours. Okay, definitely, especially in this during lockdown, you would have watched those Money Heist or Netflix series, dark series, whatever it is, for more than 3, 4 or 5 hours continuously. Okay, you shouldn't have get any bored or any boredom, because you're watching it with interest, you're watching it with happiness. Preparation is also in the same way. So the only way to get qualified JRF is to prepare with love, with happiness. Then you will never think about how much hours I have to study. If you are studying with the interest and happiness in your preparation, you will never ask regarding how much hours you have to study, how much hours you have to sleep. Okay, continuously for how much hours a student will get concentration. There will be no such questions if there is happiness and love in your preparation. So try to do everything with love and happiness. Definitely, at least you can mimic it, or at least still you get the JRF. After that, you can have a different love. It doesn't matter. But what matters is you have to prepare, you have to give your complete heart to your preparation. Then only you can qualify JRF, because you want to be one among the top throughout the country. Okay, so that's the aspect with regards to your next aspect I have to say with regards to your preparation. So try to give your full, try to give all possible try to study in all possible time, and especially try to involve digital medias, digital platforms. Okay, try to include, because most of the time I feel the main reason some of us get bored is we'll be always sitting straight in a table and we'll be having those big books and we'll try to read. It may feel get bored after some time. Usually I'm a person who likes reading, but for the past few years I'm not finding much interest in reading physical copies or hard copy of books, especially if it's an academic book. If it's a non-fictitious book, I am okay. But when it comes to an academic books, a hard copy of books doesn't make me interested much. So what I am doing, even for my preparation, I am reading mainly through digital platforms. The most of my preparation is done through my Kindle, my tablet, and some through my mobile too, and through my laptop also. Okay, physical book is very less. Okay, I have used very few physical books. Regarding the books and other things, I will be discussing later. Okay, in this video itself, no issue. You don't want to wait for other video. Okay, so try to be as much digital as possible. The different platforms we'll be discussing. So that's the next important aspect that you have to be take care of during your preparation. So these are the some of the general aspects I have to say regarding your preparation. So once again, I will be saying, firstly, we have discussed that make sure you are the one of the most important, or you are one of the most prepared student in overall the country, all the country. Always try to compare your preparation with your friends. The comparison is made just to make sure you are the best prepared one. Yeah, you are the best prepared one. That's the need. I'm not the one who promotes comparison, but just to make sure you are the most prepared one, you can have a comparison. Okay, that yourself no need to ask them. And the second aspect is never expect a different result with the same effort. Make sure you are having a different effort this time and you are going to get a different result this time. And the third aspect, try to love and find happiness in your preparation. Okay, because it's very important. Because it's very important. Then only you can prepare in all possible time for your exam. Okay, so these are the things generally I have to say regarding the preparation. Next, I will be going to my style of preparation and my strategy of preparation. So for the next few minutes, I will be discussing some of the aspects that I feel unique to my preparation. Because for any preparation, for any exam preparation, you have to be unique in yourself. Because if you are reading all the same books as your friends are reading, or you are reading for the same time as your friends are reading, or your competitors or whoever it is, your colleagues are reading, then you are going to get the same result as them. Definitely, you want to read all the common books or all the mostly used books and platforms available in the market or available now, so as to be in the same level as that of others. So if you read the common book, okay, common books, common syllabus, extra, you will reach the same level as that of others. But so as to get the JRF, remember, same level or normal level or average level for an NTA NET exam is not qualified, because average or normal is a one which is in which you can see the most number of people. So comparing the whole number of students you attended, to be average, to be normal in an NTA exam is not qualified. Okay, getting net or qualifying JRF is an abnormal. Technically, it's an abnormal, not psychologically. Okay, it's not normal. So if you're reading the same books, or if you're reading for the same time as your friends or your competitors are doing, you will reach the same level as them. But after this particular level, you need a particular jump to a next level, a small jump to the net level and a big jump to the JRF level. For this space, that means from the common platform to the space of net or the space of JRF, this space is filled by your unique ways. Okay, how you have prepared uniquely. What is special regarding your preparation? Okay, the common books, there will be many Bibles of different paper 2 subjects, paper 1 subject, that may be reading by thousands of your friends or thousands of students. Still, most of them didn't qualify. The reason is all of them reach in this particular level and they lack something in that final jump. So what is this uniqueness? This uniqueness varies from student to student and varies from subject to subject. With regards to paper 1, I will tell you what I have done. Definitely, it's not a method that only I have done in all the country. Okay, it's a method that is not done by most of the students. I am not the only student who got JRF. There are thousands and thousands of students who got JRF. So unique means not followed by most of them. So I will say 3 points regarding my preparation. First point is regarding how I covered syllabus. Okay, for the syllabus, I have a progress sheet for a progress report. Okay, in progress report, that means it's an Excel file. I just took the printout in which I have written all the topics one by one. Okay, from teaching aptitude subtopic, teaching level, teaching characteristics, objectives, then research aptitude type, go, communication, effective, barriers, and so on. And similarly, I have taken the printout of all the subtopics in an Excel file, and there are 3 or 4 columns. I think first column is regarding whether after writing the topic. Okay, after writing the topic, there will be a column which says about whether I have studied. I have to put a tick. After that, then a column which I have revised, then revision 2, revision 3. There are 4 columns. Now Diksha has provided this document as a Diksha progress report for free. If you want to download, you can go to the YouTube link, and it's also available in our platforms, okay, our website and other platforms. Okay, so it's very important, and so I made sure that I have covered all the topics one by one. I didn't cover it in much detail, but I covered it in, okay, small topics or whatever required for an exam. So what I have done, I have a progress report. I have a table stating all the topics one by one, and once I complete all the topics, and I have a tick against it, rather than buying and market an NTA NET paper one general studies or paper one book from the market and reading everything that is written in the book. I tried to cover almost all the topic in the syllabus, and I also make sure that I am not studying anything out of the syllabus for this exam. Yeah, for this particular exam, I'm not studying anything out of the syllabus. That also I try to make sure. So this is the first aspect that I follow. I don't think majority of the students are following this system. Some of them, some of you will be following, and definitely some of you will be qualifying the JRF too. And the second step that I feel that I think my priority is that I studied categorized questions. Okay, I studied categorized questions. That means there are some topics which are I am very weak during that preparation stage, like teaching aptitude, research aptitude, communication, extra. So I studied all the question category wise. Okay, so I studied teaching aptitude question, I studied research aptitude question, because in most of them there will be many repeated questions or many similar type of questions. You will be thorough with those questions only if, okay, you have gone through all the questions in simultaneously or one by one, so that you will get clarity regarding any sort of confusion regarding a question in 2015 December and a question in 2019 December. For that, I used at that time during my preparation stage, there are not much choices providing category wise question. Definitely some mainstream books are providing categories, but only for the past one or two for exams. And there is a YouTube channel. I used a YouTube channel which provided the category question, even though till 2017 or something, not updated. I used that particular channel. And as of now, Diksha Classroom is providing category question of all previous questions. It's present in our YouTube channel itself. You can go to the playlist and see the categorized questions. And I studied it from the YouTube. And when I try to answer all the question, when I find a wrong answer, the next thing I have done is that I just take a screenshot of the question. I have a WhatsApp group. During my preparation stage, I have a WhatsApp group with my better half. We two are only the members of the group. There are more than 20 or 30 groups, I think. Okay, JRF teaching aptitude group is a JRF research aptitude group, JRF communication group, JRF mathematical. Similarly, psychology also, JRF memory group, JRF intelligence group, only 2 persons. And when I go through a particular question through the YouTube, if I find that question a bit difficult, I just take a screenshot and share to that WhatsApp group. Okay, so because at that time, remember, I'm telling what I have followed. Okay, many of them are outdated now. Now it's available in different form. You can follow a different system, but I can't say I can manipulate a new method strategy. I can only say you what I have adopted. Okay, so I will just screenshotting the question and I will be sharing it to that group. Okay, so in the similar way, I have gone through all the previous categorized questions. Once all of them are available, all those previous questions are available, and then I will get revised during my free times. By the beginning of the last month towards the exam, I have all the 10 topics previous question categorized in my WhatsApp groups and all the question that I don't know. So definitely I'm also a person who uses my mobile phone frequently, uses WhatsApp frequently. So when I enter the WhatsApp, when I open the WhatsApp, I have pinned the chats, JRF group chats to the top of the WhatsApp, and I will be going through those chats sometime, not always, and I will be just slipping through, okay, I will be just going through, sliding through different questions, and I will be revising that. Okay, so firstly, I take screenshot, just simply I note of those questions which I don't know, then I revise it until I am sure with that question. Definitely this method helped me. Okay, so that is the first step. Firstly, completing all the syllabus topics one by one. Secondly, categorized preparation and revising. And thirdly, I will say I have formed 4 unique features, I will say. Thirdly, the thing was that I tried to love others' board topic. Okay, so during the general aspect regarding preparation, I told you that there will be many topics in your examination syllabus that you don't like. Okay, there will be some topics that you like, but with regards to an examination, it doesn't matter whether you like it or not. But one of the most important aspect, one of the most key steps you can take towards your success is to love those topics which is being hated by most of the students. Let me tell you, when it comes to paper one, my most favorite topics are data interpretation, then mathematical reasoning, then logical reasoning. Within logical reasoning, my most favorite for the past few months is pramanas and that aspect. Okay, Indian logic aspect. The reason is I feel most of you, most of others don't like it. And when it come to psychology, my most favorite topic was statistics and research methodology. Again, it seems to be a little boring topic to most of others. With regards to examination, with regards to any examination, it's very important that you are strong in those subjects which others are not strong. There will be many favorite subjects. You can be strong in that too. You have to strong in that, but many others will be also strong in that. You have to have that extra edge that I have already discussed. From this common platform, you have to have a jump to net and then a jump to JRF. For that, you have to study boring topic. So that was the third aspect. I tried to love boring subject. I tried to study boring topic more. And the fourthly, let me tell you that with regards to my preparation, I believe, I feel my prayers help me a lot in my preparation. I am a believer of God. I pray to God frequently, and as per my belief, I have to pray a minimum of 5 times. So whenever I get bored or whenever I feel demotivated, my prayers help me a lot. Okay, so these are the four important aspects that I followed. Once again, I'm telling you that these are the my unique aspects which I feel unique. So try to make a different method if you want based on this. So the unique aspects or those aspects which I feel help me a lot are following number. Firstly, topic wise covering of the topic, all the syllabus topics, and secondly, my category wise studying, and thirdly, my eagerness or interest in studying the usually board topics, and fourthly, my prayers to God. Okay, so these are the things. So that's all about those things I feel I have done specially. And the next aspect, from now onwards, I will be discussing all the topics, how I prepared for topics one by one. Okay, before that, going to topics one by one, let me talk you about regarding the online platforms and also uh, books I referred. Next, I will be discussing you different books I referred for my paper one syllabus. So let me tell you, I didn't refer much books. I have only one paper book, paper one preparation book, that is Truman's paper one preparation books. And I feel it's a good book. I'm not saying you that it's the best book, because there are many books, other books available in the market like KVS Madan's book, Harihan, and many others are also having the books. I didn't refer those books. Okay, many of the students who qualified JRF have referred many other books also. So with regards to me, I have only one book, that's Truman. That's book I referred, but more I prefer to refer over the internet, going through the previous questions, going through the YouTubes. And also I have a habit of, especially for my syllabus, not for paper one to a great extent, there is an app known as Quizlet, okay, in which you can use flashcards so as to study different topics. Quizlet helped me a lot, especially in my psychology syllabus preparation, not paper one. Paper one also for environment, extra some other topics, ICT, I used Quizlet. Quizlet is an important one that helped me. So I have the Truman, then I have the Quizlet, then I have some random YouTube searchings. Okay, a random YouTube searching, some exam based videos. Okay, so for this categorized question previously, some EduNext or something, I got some videos from some YouTube channels. And also I tried to do maximum question possible. Okay, I tried to do maximum previous question. I tried to I also have a little background in maths. I have a history of a civil service preparation, so I am a bit okay with the mental ability topics. So I have done maximum number of previous questions. I believe previous question played a significant role in my preparation. I covered almost all the previous questions available during that time. Okay, and it helped me a lot during my data interpretation and also my mathematics teaching aptitude extra. So I will be discussing all the topics one by one. So these are the thing. I didn't refer much book. That's why I'm saying only Truman is a book. App is a Quizlet. Okay, these are the some other aspect I used with regards to online preparation. I have after that, what I have done is that I have taken all the topics that Excel sheet, and I will be covering the topics one by one. I have some PDF materials. I random search in the Google and downloaded topics one by one and studied it. There are not much more books for paper one. I have to refer. Sorry, friends. For psychology, I have special books and other things I will be discussing in that time. Okay, so this is regarding my books and online platforms. And next, I will be discussing how I prepared for all the 10 topics one by one. Okay, so firstly, moving to the topic teaching aptitude. Teaching aptitude, research aptitude, and communication, all these three topics were a bit tough to me. So what I have done is that I go through the categorized previous questions. I repeated those questions many times, many times. As I have already said, I took the screenshot of those questions which I don't know. I sent it to my WhatsApp group and again revised it many number of times. So I think, especially with regards to teaching aptitude, research aptitude, and communication, previous questions will help you a lot. Okay, so as to predict the pattern of questions. So because there are many ambiguous questions from these topics. Okay, for example, if I ask you if the student come late to the class, what the teacher should do, you all will be having different answers. Most probably all of those answers will be correct, but what UGC prefer is a different one. So as to know their preference, it's better you try to go all the previous question papers. So for teaching aptitude, I have gone through the previous categorized question papers. If you want the categorized question papers available in Diksha Classroom channel, YouTube channel, and we are also providing categorized question with explanation in our online website and other things. Okay, so what we have to say, teaching aptitude, I try to go through the categorized questions from Truman and other books. I from some random Google searching, I tried to cover all the topics. Okay, whether it's a teaching levels, whether it's a characteristics, innovation in evaluation, evaluation system, credit come semester based system, grading system, extra. So I tried to cover all of them one by one. For paper one covering topic, I referred Google more. Okay, more than the book, more than the Truman book, I referred the Google. Okay, I tried to make sure that I have covered all the topics. So this was a way which I prepared teaching aptitude. So if you ask me how to prepare teaching aptitude, if you are very tough, I will tell you, go through the categorized questions first of teaching aptitude alone. Then go through the syllabus and use Google, or many online platforms are providing you the topics. Okay, many online platforms are providing you the topic. Make sure you are covering all those topics one by one. I don't have to say a single website because I don't have such. That's why I'm not saying this website provide you all different courses, all different topics of paper one. I don't know. I'm not saying that there is not any website. I don't know. That's the thing. So randomly searching the Google and make sure you cover all the topics. If you have some good books like that of Truman or Harihand or any other publications, okay, you can use that book. I also use Truman also. You can use that book so as to make sure you cover all the topics of paper one. Okay, you cover all the topics of paper one. Teaching aptitude from paper one. So that's the way I cover teaching aptitude. Then I have research aptitude. Research aptitude also I use the same strategy as that of teaching aptitude. I go through the categories questions of previous years, and also I go through my PG book. Okay, my PG book of research aptitude, and some random search in the net, and I have the book. Okay, from psychology. For psychology also we have to study research methodology. So I go through that book and I tried to study, and I prepared a detailed mind map for research methodology. Okay, I don't know whether it will be fruitful to prepare a separate mind map after just for your paper one, but that was useful for me in psychology also. It will be useful in most of your subject. It's necessary for your PhD also. So I prepared a separate mind map for research methodology, a very good mind map I will say, and I referred that mind map in all the possible times, and almost all the topics of research methodology coming under the syllabus was covered. Okay, so again, similar to research teaching aptitude, go through the categorized previous question, prepare a mind map, go through my post-graduation book on research methodology also. If you are not studying in your PG, there is IGNO books and other things, very good books from research methodology that will definitely help in your net preparation. That is freely available in the net. Okay, so after research methodology, you have the topic communication, the third topic. Communication also entirely a new topic for me, okay, because uh, in this, with regards to this syllabus, our net syllabus, they are not asking about the exact communication of the mass media and communication. It's all about classroom communication. What's a classroom communication? How a positive communication should be made? Then what are the barriers to effective communication, and how to overcome effective communication? And now we have the mass media and society like topics also. Again, I use the Google and I use various digital platforms. I use the books I have so as to make sure I cover all the topics of communication. Okay, communication types, communication barriers, overcoming barriers, mass media and society, extra. I try to cover all the topic. And also, similar to teaching and research aptitude, I have given priority for what we can say previous questions. Also, I try to look some sources, websites for some updates, current affairs update with regards to communication, because sometimes they use some updates about communication, something like what we can say, some media, some newspapers, some universities, some media awards, extra. So I have an update regarding the current affairs from communication also. So that's the way I prepared for the communication. Once again, previous questions, trying to cover all the topics using the same book. Coming to next topic, reading comprehension. I was a bit weak in my English, my language. So I tried to do some reading comprehension questions from some books, Truman and other books. And also I have done some of the reading comprehension book during my civil service preparation days. So I didn't studied much theoretically for reading comprehension. Instead, I tried to do some questions. Okay, I tried to do some questions, especially i I covered previous question papers. Okay, I covered previous question papers from reading comprehension. So even though it seems that it's a very easy topic, try to cover at least 5 questions at least from the last few exams. So that's the way I covered the reading comprehension. After that, reading comprehension, we have the one of the most important topic, that is logical reasoning. So for logical reasoning, uh, I have done again the same way. I tried to cover as much as questions as possible from the previous question papers, and also I tried to do syllogism a lot. Okay, I tried to cover syllogism type question because that was one of my favorite topic. And also from the comparing the past few exams after the change of the syllabus, I tried to cover the concept of Indian logic to the maximum possible extent. The problem with Indian logic was during that time the syllabus was very new and nobody have a detailed idea regarding pramanas or different types of pramanas, anumana, hetvabhasha, vyapti, extra. So everybody will be having their own YouTube videos. Most of the students try to watch most of the YouTube videos available from that pramanas and try to study those, and I try to concentrate on pramanas. Okay, try to study in detail regarding the pramanas from almost all the possible internet resources, definitely internet resources. And also there are some specific topics in logical reasoning which I seems to be tough for students before studying the theory, but if you take a little effort, if you are okay with the concept, then it will be very easy. Something like we can say categorical propositions and square of opposition. So square of opposition was one of my favorite topic. So I tried to study almost all the theoretical aspect related with that. Also the concept of syllogism, in which you will be given 2 statements and you have to follow the conclusion. So there are many types of syllogism based questions in which you have, normally you have 2 premises or 2 propositions and a conclusion. So there may be cases in which you will be having more than 2 premises, more than 2 conclusion. So as to be thorough with that topics, once again, I try to go back to the basic theories from possible sources. I have some of my sources myself from my civil service preparation as the time. And then I tried to cover almost all the previous question papers. Again, categorized questions of logical reasoning. I tried to cover all of them. Okay, then I try to focus on the new topic because I'm sure that most of the students will not be having any clarity regarding the new topics. That is Indian logic or the word concept of pramanas. So I try to cover those topics. I studied those topics. I studied those topics to the maximum possible level, okay, to the maximum possible stage. I studied those, and I tried to do all the possible questions from that topic. So when it comes now, we have a more clarity regarding the pramanas and other things, because once that has been included, we have two shift of exams. Okay, after 2019 June exam happened, the syllabus was changed in 2019 January, and in 2019 June much questions were not come from this Indian logic, I think, but in 2019 December many questions have come from this particular topic. So with regard to logical listening, try to do maximum previous questions, be thorough with the concept of categorical prepositions, square of a position, then syllogism and Indian logic. This will be the four topic I will be saying you to give priority. Along with that, the concept of different types of definitions and also different types of statements is also important, because we have different type of reasoning. Okay, statements or different types of reasoning, I will say: inductive reasoning, deductive reasoning, analogical reasoning. Okay, then you have valid argument, invalid argument, anthropological, astronomical, extra. There are many types of reasoning. So this is also very important, because for the past few years they were asking question continuously, repeatedly. They will be giving an example like our uh, army is as brave as soldiers, sorry, as brave as lions. This is what type of argument they will ask. We'll write randomly inductive, reasoning, analogical, or whatever we feel. But it's very simple. When you have a comparison, you have the analogical type of reasoning. Okay, it's a very easy aspect. So I have gone through the concept of types of reasoning, and once there is no need of going into deep, just try to know what is different types of reasoning, and give priority to inductive, deductive, and analogical reasoning. Valid and invalid is a part of inductive and deductive, so give priority to these three type of reasoning. Also, along with that, I studied about the different types of definitions usually asked from question before. Nowadays we can't see much questions from this one. That is a concept of stipulative definition, lexical definition, precise definition, and different types of definitions are there, theoretical definition, extra. So I tried to know what those, or I tried to study those types of definitions also. So these are the things you have to focus from logical reasoning. You have the categorical prepositions, you have the square of a position, you have the syllogism, you have the type of definitions, you have the types of reasoning, and finally you have the Indian logic. Usually questions are big. Definitely it comes to the major part of the syllabus. If your aim is JRF, there is no topic you can neglect. Okay, there is no shortcut. There is no shortcut. It requires a lot of time. It requires a lot of effort. It requires a lot of hard work. Think about that. As per the existing amount that you get for JRF, if you are doing JRF as stipulated by UGC, you will get a minimum of around or about 25 lakh rupees as scholarship for your 5 years of research. You have to fulfill certain criteria, like after JRF you have to transfer to SRF, you should be doing seriously your research, many other criteria, and I'm sure you will be doing that. So you'll be getting more than 25 lakh rupees for your research, remember, for 5 years, approximately 5 lakh per year. Approximately 5 lakh per year. For what? For studying your favorite subject. Why? By doing, for doing a research on your favorite subject, so that you will get a doctorate. Okay, so that you will be a PhD scholar, which will definitely help for your future academics, your future employment, job, or professorship, whatever it is. So remember, they are giving you more than 25 lakh for your study, so it's worth. If you want to get it, getting around 40 to 50,000 rupees per month to study, it's a bit tough, because the value is a bit high. I'm just speaking about monetary aspect only. JRF is not about only monetary aspect. There are many academic aspects also. We'll be discussing some other video. But in this video, I'm saying that you'll be getting more than 25 lakh rupees in a course of 5 years. Okay, in a course of 5 years. So if you want to get it, it's great value. Okay, it's a great value. It's a great amount. So you have to give a great effort. If you want to get a great result, give a great effort. If you want to get a normal result, give a normal effort. That's it. It's simple. So you want to cover all the topics from logical reasoning. After that, we have the mathematical reasoning, another important topic, one of my favorite topic along with data interpretation. Mathematical reasoning seems to be the topic that is found to be very tough by most of the students. Okay, many of my friends have told me that it's a bit tough topic. That's the topic in which they can't crack the exam. Okay, they have done a lot of effort in that, still they feel that they are not getting the answers. So mathematical reasoning, there are a lot of things that you have to say, you have to discuss regarding mathematical reasoning. Definitely, after these videos, we'll try to upload how to prepare in detail topics, all the topics one by one in all the 10 topics. I will be discussing about mathematical reasoning, data interpretation, and I'll talking about how to number series letters one by one. In this one, I'm giving a general idea. Okay, I'm giving a general idea. So when it comes to mathematical reasoning, uh, it's a very vast topic. Okay, you have to cover all the topics. Definitely there are many specific topics that has been set by the UGC itself, that is number series, letter series, codes and relationships. You have the average, you have the percentage, you have the ratio and proportion, you have the time and distance, you have the profit and discounting, interest, okay, interest and discounting, profit and loss. So try to focus on these topics. Definitely in some exam they're asking questions from some other topics also, like calendar, probability, permutation. They have asked before, permutation and calendar extra. So there is no need of focusing on those topics because rarely questions from those topics comes. After the 2019 syllabus modification, they have specifically mentioned the different topics coming under your mathematical reasoning. So try to concentrate on those topics. Okay, try to do those topics, questions from those topics one by one. Okay, there are many online platforms. Okay, there are many online platforms that will help your preparation with regards to paper one. You can just search it. You can just type percentage questions. You can just type average questions. Okay, there are different ways you can study the mathematical reasoning topic. And once again, mathematical reasoning is a very important topic because most of the students are neglecting it. Most of the students are feeling it a bit tough. Okay, and also so previous question will play a significant role. If you are able to do all mathematical reasoning questions from the last few years, at least 10 or 15 years if possible, and if you are trying to do all those questions, definitely I am sure you will get all the questions. Okay, 4 questions sure, most probably 5 questions correct. Just go through the previous question. Definitely you have to have a clear idea regarding the concept. The same type of question, the same question will not be repeated, but same type of question will be definitely repeated. So try to go through. Firstly, try to study the basic concepts. Okay, if it's the number series, what are the probabilities, normal probabilities in which a number series come? If it is average and percentage, what are the basic equations? When it comes to ratio and proportion, how to add with regards to value, how will be the change of ratio will be made, and basic equation regarding interest, like what is a equation for simple interest, what is equation for compound interest, then what is profit percentage, loss percentage, extra. Remember, don't refer to any book which teaches all mental ability topics at a stretch. There is only around 10 topics that you have to study well. Just concentrate on those topics that's clearly stated in the syllabus. Okay, so concentrate on those topics, study the basic, use Google for sample question, go through the previous question. This is what I have to say regarding the preparation of mathematical reasoning. Okay, next we have the another important topic, or another topic that seems to be a bit difficult by most of the students, that is the data interpretation. So as I told, again, one of my favorite topic. So for preparing data interpretation, I will say 1 or 2 steps. And the first important step is you have to study. Actually, data interpretation is not an entirely new topic. It itself is application of the mathematical reasoning topics, especially the application of percentage, average, and ratio and proportion. And when you have many, okay, when you have a single mathematical operation to do a question, it may be mathematical reasoning and aptitude. When you have a 5, 10 or 15 mathematical reasoning aptitude in the single question, it may be a data interpretation. That's the difference. Okay, so before going to the data interpretation table, the first thing that you should make sure is you are thorough with all the basic mathematical concepts, especially those concepts in which questions are coming in data interpretation. So usually in data interpretation, questions are coming from firstly the concept of percentage, then concept of average, then concept of ratio and proportion, then the concept of growth, then you have the concept of growth rate, then you have the concept of annual rate or decadal growth rate or annual growth rate, average growth rate. Then you have the concept of ratio, and after that giving the number of students studying in a particular institute, etc. Okay, so these are the basic. Then some cases from the last time on was class interval and asking the question, and basic mathematics, just addition and subtraction itself will do some questions. So these are the basic concepts in which you can usually see questions that are being usually asked in data interpretation. So make sure you're thorough with all the concept, and the most importantly, you are thorough with the concept of percentage. Most of the data interpretation questions are from percentage. Most of the major chunk of the data interpretation questions are from percentage. So make sure you are very thorough with the percentage. Okay, very thorough with the concept of percentage, and you try to do maximum questions similar to this percentage. So that is the first aspect you have to study with regards to data interpretation. Be thorough with the basic mathematical concept. And the second aspect, as usual, try to do all the previous questions of data interpretation. Okay, all the categorical questions from data interpretation. Because if you consider the question papers of 2004 to 2000 December, 2004 December to 2019 June, I'm not taking 2019, and you go through all those question papers, and then you go through 2019 December question paper 10 sheet, almost all the questions are repeating of previous questions with regards to the pattern. Remember, I'm not saying that exact question, exact value, exact number is being repeated, but pattern is repeated. So if you're possible to do all the at least 10 or 15 years previous data interpretation question, definitely you have the time. You will completely, for surely you will get the question for 2019 December. So as to get the question, Diksha has released a previous paper, one question paper ebook for free, in which you get all the question papers from answer key from 2004 December to 2019 December for free. It's available in our website. The updated version, including the 2019 December, will be released within a week. So you can download it for free from our website www.dikshaclassroom.com. Okay, so if you are able to, or if you try to do all the previous question papers, all the previous data interpretation questions, suppose you are trying to do the previous 40 question papers. If you are trying to do previous 40 question papers, definitely will take some time. But if you cover those 40 types of data interpretation question, and there will be only 10 to 15 types, the rest everything will be the repeated pattern. Because the issue with data interpretation is that it doesn't have its own existence. Instead, it depends upon the mathematical reasoning. So there are only some basic concepts in which you can ask questions. Once those basic concepts are over, they will be asking the repeated questions. Okay, they will be asking the repeated questions. So once you cover at least 15 of the previous question papers, you can see that rest all the question papers are same. Okay, rest all the questions are of similar pattern. And if you cover all that 40 or 50 question papers, I'm sure that you will get all the 5 questions in the coming exam completely correct. Once again, remember, 5 question, 10 marks, which gives you 3.33%. It's a very crucial regarding NET or JRF preparation, 3.33%. So after thoroughing with the basic mathematical concept, try to go through the previous questions of data interpretation. I'm saying that in almost all the topics I'm giving priority to previous questions because it helped me a lot, and I'm saying you what I have done. Okay, there may be some other students who qualified without giving much priority, I don't know, but I can say only what I have done. Okay, so that's the way you have to prepare with regards to data interpretation. So okay, as of now we have discussed teaching aptitude, research aptitude, communication, comprehension, logical listening, mathematical listening and aptitude, and data interpretation. Next you have ICT, people development and environment, and higher education system. So next, ICT. ICT is a very easy topic and also a factual topic. Most of the questions coming from ICT are what you can say of factual in nature. Basic concept related to ICT, like what is CD, DVD, the capacity of CD, the basic difference between RAM, ROM, So you should be thorough with all the basic concepts related to computer, that is a CPU, hardwares, softwares, input devices, output devices. Okay, after that RAM, ROM, CD, DVD, optical devices, extra. All of these are basic concepts that we have started studying from IT class of our school time itself. These are being usually asked this time also in the 2019 December exam itself. They have asked question regarding input devices. They have asked question regarding CD, DVD, extra. So it's very important. Okay, uh, those are very important. So try to be thorough with the basic concepts. Okay, try to be thorough with the basic concepts of IT. That's the first aspect with regards to ICT. And the second aspect is with regards to ICT, what I have to say is that try to be thorough with the basic or the most common expansions of ICT. Expansion of ICT terms like what's the full form of, you can say, even say ICT. Then you have the full form of CD, you have the full form of DVD, you have the full form of HTML, you have the full form of PNG, JPEG. Okay, there are different acronyms and abbreviations that are being used in ICT field. So you should be thorough with all of them. Okay, they will be giving only slight modification of the original expansion. Okay, so you can just simply type in the Google important expansion or important acronyms, important abbreviation from ICT. You will get a list, most important list. Try to study that. So that's the second aspect from ICT. And the third important aspect you should give priority is digital initiatives in higher education. A lot of questions are being asked from this topic. There are different digital initiatives. Okay, from the side of government, there is e-Grandhalaya. Okay, there is e-Vidyan, there is National Academic Depository, National Digitalized Library. There are different concepts, different aspects. So you will get it from different YouTube videos. Even Diksha also have done a part 1 video on that. So detailed initiatives in higher education also, they are usually asking a lot of questions. The concept of Swayam, concept of MOOC, concept of Swayam Prabha, extra. So you should be thorough with all these concepts. You can just use a Google or you can use any online platforms to study those one. So these are the three things you should give priority. Okay, first one is the basic terms and the terminologies. The latest terminologies also given priority like 3D printing, artificial intelligence, Bitcoin, extra. And the second aspect, acronyms or abbreviation. And the third aspect is digital initiatives in higher education. Okay, so these are the things you have to give priority. So that's all about ICT. After ICT, we have the next topic as people development and environment. Okay, it's another topic that have went through a lot of significant changes from 2019 2019 January syllabus change onwards. It's a comparatively, it's a big topic. A lot of questions are being a lot of topics come under this topic, and usually 5 questions are usually asked. So it's almost a bit interesting. It's a factual or it's an academic in nature. Okay, you have to study regarding what you can say different global environmental efforts, global conservation efforts. You have to study about different protocols, the difference between protocols and conventions. Then after that you have to study regarding various energy resources, pollution, air pollution, water pollution, different pollutants, its effect on the society, national action plan on climate change, Kyoto Protocol, UNFCCC, Millennium Development Goals, Sustainable Development Goals. So there are different concepts coming under environment. Remember, environment is a very vast topic. If you are reading some other books, they will be discussing many topics from that. So you should stick to the syllabus that is given. Comparing all the 10 shift question papers of 2019 December, it can be seen that they have asked question from the syllabus only. So you should stick to the syllabus, MDG, SDG, global efforts, pollutants, energy sources, hazards, extra. You can go through the syllabus, you can get it. So try to make sure you are covering only environment topics that is stipulated in the syllabus. Okay, there is no need of studying a entire book on environment. So that's regarding people development and environment. And finally, we have the topic higher education system. So this is a final topic. Also, there is some new topics added in this higher education system from 2019 January onwards. And you have to study some topics of higher education that is not usually studied in our graduation or post-graduation time. Especially you have to study institutions of importance in ancient India. That means you have to study regarding the Nalanda University, Takshila University, Wadabi, and many other universities. Then you have to study regarding the evolution of higher education and research in post-independent India. Regarding different, you have to study about different committees and commissions. And also you have to study regarding professional skill-based education, value education, environment education. So this, some of the topic of higher education is not being studied by us usually for any competitive examination. So once again, make sure you cover all those topics, and going through previous question will not do much help with regards to people development and environment and higher education system, I feel, because there are a lot of changes in the syllabus after 2019 January. So definitely you will get a general idea regarding the questions. So there is no need of by hearting all the previous environment and higher education questions for the exam, because syllabus is almost entirely new with regards to logical listening, higher education, and people development and environment. Okay, and finally, and most important aspect with regards to higher education system is that you have a topic that is usually neglected by the students, that is policies, governance, and administration. Okay, you have a topic that is being usually discussed, and that's a topic in which you usually see Indian polity based questions. Okay, so usually one or two questions are in all exams asked from this particular topic, policies, governance, and administration. But the issue with regards to Indian politics is it's a big topic. If you're studying, there is a constitution, there is a parliament, president, Supreme Court, chief minister, judiciary, legislative, executive, bill system, many, it's a very big topic. So the important way is to concentrate on the previous questions and focus on those topics in which usually questions are being asked. Usually they have questions from the concepts of parliament, then they ask about different aspects related to parliament, then constitutional bodies, and the president. Most of the questions, I'm not saying that complete question, most of the questions are asked from parliament, president, and constitutional bodies. Try to be thorough with these topics. In our video in which we will be discussing higher education system alone, we will be discussing in detail regarding what are usually asked under president and other things. If we include that too in this video, it will be very, very long, I feel. Okay, so these are the 10 topics you have to study from higher education. You have to focus on the basic concept, ancient Indian education system, evolution, then you have policies, governance, and administration. Make sure you give enough importance to that. Okay, so this is what I have to say regarding my preparation strategy. Once again, I am telling you that these are the methods I practice during my preparation time. I am saying you how I prepared. Okay, so this is one of the method. If you find okay, you can utilize or you can follow. There are many strategies or many methods in which you can prepare for an exam, whether it's a JRF NET or whatever competitive examination it is. And what you have to make sure is that the method or strategy you follow suits your style, your background, your existing knowledge. I have discussed the strategy, the method which I have followed, and I can't say it's the best or not. What I can say that after following that, I qualified JRF. That's the only thing I can say. Okay, so make sure you have your own preparation strategy, you have your own preparation method, adopt or follow those methods or those things that I say will be useful for your preparation. And definitely I am happy, or Diksha is happy to help you regarding your preparation strategies and other things. If you have any doubts regarding how to prepare some particular topics, how to prepare some particular topics in many syllabus, which are the different internet platforms, which are the different good books, you can put it in the comment section. Definitely we'll try to resolve your issues. Okay, we will be trying to resolve your issues and other things. And definitely there are different online education platforms that offer different online courses and other aspects for your NTA NET preparation. Diksha also offers. Okay, Diksha offers paper one complete online course, previous question paper complete, 57 previous question papers are provided, can be attended in Excel and NTA NET pattern. Categorized questions are provided along with this previous question, the mega practice course, psychology online course, psychology previous question course. There are many courses being offered by Diksha. So if you are interested in knowing more about Diksha and Diksha programs, you can visit our website www.dikshaclassroom.com. And I hope you are clear with the strategy that I have discussed. If you have any doubts, do let us know. We'll try to have a video on that if required. And all the best, friends. Prepare well, make sure you are the most prepared one in your subject. and make sure you are giving a great effort so that you will get a great result. That is JRF for the time being. Okay, so that's all about this video. See you in another video. Thank you.